What's up guys, in this video I'm going to be comparing the Nexus 5 against all the other phones that came out in 2012 and 2013. So I'm gonna give you an informed decision about the Nexus 5. If you're on the edge about maybe I should buy it or maybe I shouldn't, I'll give you a decision. So starting with the price, the 16GB costs $350 and the 32GB costs $400. This is off contract, so it's unlocked. Even if you don't want to carry it, you could still buy this phone right now for this price. So let's start with the specs, which is the most important aspect for me. So the display is a 5-inch 1080p display, about 4.95 inch, running at a resolution of 1920 by 1080p. That's 445 pixels per inch. The processor is a Snapdragon 800 running at 2.26 GHz. So this is the latest processor. This is the same processor that's in the Galaxy Note 3. It has 2 GB of RAM versus the Note 3 having 3 GB. So it has the latest software, Android 4.4 KitKat, and it has a 2300 mAh battery, and it also features Gorilla Glass 3. So even if you drop this phone, the screen itself will not really break. So like I said, 2300 mAh battery, that will give you about 7 hours of battery life on LTE. So another huge feature for the Nexus line, it does have LTE, unlike the Nexus 4 which did not have LTE. So this is another point of buying the Nexus 5. So all the other, it also has Bluetooth 4.0, NFC, and 802.11 AC. That's the latest dual band Wi-Fi. So I'm going to be comparing against other phones, starting with the Galaxy S3. This was the last year's 2012 Samsung flagship phone. This costs $389 right now, even after a year. This features the 720p display and the Snapdragon S4. It still costs $389. That's still about $40 more than the Nexus 5, which has the latest specs and the latest hardware. Second, the Galaxy S4. This just came out a couple months ago. So this has the Snapdragon 600. It also features a 1080p display, but this costs $583 off contract. Next, the Motorola X. This came out like a couple months ago, and this has a 720p display and the old Snapdragon S4 Pro processor, and it costs $619 compared to the Nexus 5, which is $350. So just the price comparison, it's huge, and you get so less for this versus that. The last phone is HTC One. This is actually a great phone even for now, because if you look at the build quality, it feels really solid. This would be compared to something like the iPhone. So it costs $580 off contract. So I'm gonna just search for iPhone 5 or iPhone 5s unlocked, just to give you a comparison between that, which is $868 for the 5s 16GB. I mean, you could get it for about like $740, but that's more than double the price of the Nexus 5. But the iPhone 5 has a slightly better processor. It's not really better, but on benchmark it still kind of beats the Nexus 5, even though Nexus 5 is a great phone. So that's all I have to kind of say about it, and you get the latest Android 4.4, and this will last you for about the next 2 years, and you'll get the latest update for Android. It has 2 GB of RAM, if I didn't mention that before. So that's pretty much all. Thank you for watching.